Welcome to the story of Jacob, a man whose life was full of ups and downs, clever plans, big mistakes, and amazing second chances. Get ready for an adventure where even the biggest messes become part of God's plan. Isaac and Rebekah wanted a baby so badly. For 20 years, they prayed and hoped, but nothing happened. Just when it seemed impossible, God finally answered their prayers. Rebekah was going to have twins, but these babies weren't peaceful. Even inside their mom, they pushed and kicked each other. Rebekah wondered what was going on. God told her, "You're carrying two nations. One will be stronger than the other, and the older brother will serve the younger." That was a big surprise. When the twins were born, the first boy came out all red and hairy. They named him Esau. Right after, his brother came out holding on to Esau's heel. That was Jacob. Even as babies, these two were different. Esau grew up loving to hunt and explore the outdoors. Jacob preferred to stay at home, helping in the kitchen and around the tents. Their dad, Isaac, loved Esau best. Their mom, Rebekah, loved Jacob. This favoritism was a recipe for trouble. One day, Esau came home from hunting, tired and super hungry. He begged Jacob, "Please, give me some of that stew you're making." Jacob saw his chance. He said, "Only if you sell me your birthright." The birthright was a huge deal. It meant being the family leader one day. Esau didn't care. He was so hungry he traded his birthright for a bowl of soup. Just like that, Jacob got something very valuable, and Esau lost something special all because of a quick decision. Time passed. Isaac got old and almost blind. He wanted to give Esau a special blessing before he died. But Rebekah overheard. She came up with a plan to help Jacob instead. Rebekah made Jacob dress up like Esau, even covering his arms with goat hair to make him feel hairy. Jacob brought food to his dad, pretending to be Esau. Isaac was unsure, but in the end, he gave Jacob the special blessing. When Esau found out, he was heartbroken and furious. He promised to get back at Jacob, so Jacob had to leave home right away, running for his life. Alone and scared, Jacob stopped for the night on his journey. He used a rock as a pillow and tried to sleep. That night, he had a dream. He saw a tall staircase reaching to heaven, with angels going up and down. At the top stood God. God said, "I will give you and your family this land. I will always be with you." When Jacob woke up, he was amazed. He set up his stone pillow as a monument and promised to follow God. Jacob finally reached his uncle Laban's house. He fell in love with Laban's daughter, Rachel. Laban said Jacob could marry her if he worked 7 years. Jacob worked hard for 7 years, but on the wedding day, Laban tricked him and gave him Leah, Rachel's sister, instead. Jacob had to work 7 more years to marry Rachel as well. Now Jacob had 2 wives, and soon, many children. Life was not easy. There was jealousy and arguing, but God continued to bless Jacob with a growing family. Jacob worked for Laban, caring for sheep and goats. With God's help and some innovative ideas, Jacob's flocks grew and grew, but Laban's sons became jealous. Things got tense. God told Jacob, "Go back home. I will be with you." So Jacob packed up his wives, kids, and animals and left secretly. When Laban found out, he chased Jacob. But God warned Laban not to hurt him. They made peace and went their separate ways. Jacob was afraid to go home because he remembered how angry Esau was. He sent gifts ahead and split his family into groups, hoping at least some would be safe if Esau attacked. That night, Jacob was alone. Suddenly, a man appeared and wrestled with him until morning. It was God in disguise. Before letting Jacob go, God blessed him and gave him a new name, Israel, which means one who struggles with God. Jacob limped away, changed forever. The next day, Jacob saw Esau coming with 400 men. Jacob was scared, but he bowed down before his brother. Instead of fighting, Esau ran to Jacob, hugged him, and cried. After all those years, the brothers were once again friends. What a relief. Jacob's family kept growing 12 sons in all. They became the leaders of Israel's tribes. But life wasn't always smooth. Jacob's favorite son, Joseph, was sold by his brothers and ended up in Egypt. Years later, when a big famine came, Joseph saved his whole family and brought them to Egypt. Jacob finally saw Joseph again, and their family was safe. Jacob made mistakes. He lied, he tricked people, and he was tricked himself. But through everything, God was with him. God kept his promises, even when things looked impossible. So, what can we learn from Jacob? No one is perfect, but God can still use us for great things. Even our mess-ups can become part of God's big plan. If you like this story, share it with someone who needs encouragement today. And don't forget to subscribe for more amazing Bible adventures. See you next time.